The Chad Prather Show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Your data is your business. Protect it at expressvpn.com/watchchad. I took a testosterone shot this week, so it's party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show here in the Mothership, which is Studio 22. It is Monday, which means headlines. And we're all here. The quarantine crew, of course, Hot News Natalie in the hot seat, and Party Foul Steve at the Party Foul Pub. And then we have the puppet master himself, Mark, and Candice, the queen of the Ethiopians. As many of you know, I have been doing church on Sunday morning, 10 a.m., on my Watch Chad Prather Facebook page. We've been going live for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and I'm not preaching at anyone. I'm not pointing any fingers. I'm just kind of sharing my inspirational thoughts, and hopefully you're getting inspired. But I found myself consistently adjusting the camera every time I do it. I'm always constantly do it, and I am getting the residue of puppet master spirit on me is what I'm getting. I just can't get the camera right, Mark. I just can't do it. So here's what I need you to do, puppet. That's my little pilly talk name for him. This is what I need you to do, puppet. I need you to come over to my house, and we're going to set up a permanent camera installation.
Yeah.
Knew it.
With an OBS deal so we can run it through Facebook Live.
Yeah.
And he needs a ring light.
I got a ring light.
Oh, well, you should use it.
I do usually, but
you do?
it's
Okay.
upstairs. And I don't want to bring it downstairs.
But if you have Puppet, he can come set everything up for you.
Why
and
is she
then
still here?
Okay.
Why is she still here? Why? This was a complete conversation amongst men who had retired to the study for
woman
cigars
puts
and a
in her 2
scotch,
cents.
and all of a sudden you came out of the kitchen. Y'all are supposed to be having lady talk while the Astors discuss business.
My bad.
What do you think, Mark? You think how hard would that be to set all that up?
So it's going to be one camera, and I'll just stand behind it and move it around. Is that what we're going to do?
You don't want to come over to my house that often, Mark. I want to set up. I just need a little studio space in the house so we can take this thing to the next level.
There you go.
I really want to Joel Osteen this thing.
Oh.
I mean, we're mass communicating here.
Are we gonna build a jib in your house?
What's that?
Are we gonna build a jib in your house?
Yeah.
A crane camera? Yeah.
Jib
Yeah.
arm.
I want to do the whole thing. I want a big.
Yeah.
I want it to move and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to be able to say, "You are special."
He needs some tracks on the
We
ground.
don't want to end any episode here at Lakewood Church without asking you to accept Jesus Christ. I mean, anyway, Joel's got something going on, man. He's doing business with Kanye and all of them at this point. I ain't going to talk bad about Joel. I know people, though, that are close personal friends of Joel Osteen. They say he's the sweetest guy in the world. One of my friends, he said, he worked with Joel for a long time. He was like his executive pastor at Lakewood. And he said, my wife used to always tell me, she's like, you need to be more like Joel. And he said, it'd be easier to be more like Jesus. Because Joel's just the sweetest guy on the planet. And I don't know. I don't care. I don't like the big business of church. I don't care who you are. And I don't know how we got into all this stuff. But we've been doing it on Sunday mornings. We've been having a good time. I mean, it's been fun. It's been good for me. I'll put it that way.
The business side isn't the church.
Right. Well, yeah. And we're not doing any business yet.
Yeah. First
Venmo
10%.
Chad Prather 22. It hit me the other day, Steve. I was thinking, we are always talking about Venmo because times are hard, and we're like, hey, if somebody wants to drop $1 in it, like we're tomorrow night, Tuesday night, I think at 8 Texas time, Steve Helms and I are going to get together. Steve's going to do some music. We're going to start bringing Texas musicians on. We need to plan a place where we're going to do that, Steve, if you're available. Anyway, we've been talking about this nonstop for a week, but Steve's so busy with his side hustles that he ain't paying attention to what we got going on.
I got to pay the bills, so the side hustles.
How much bills you getting paid with the side hustles?
It's getting there. It's getting close.
Is it?
Yep, getting close.
Steve,
Can I come?
I don't care.
Okay.
As long as you social distance.
And don't talk.
If I don't show up one day, it's because the side hustle's out.
Side hustle
outpaid.
finally paid off.
Yeah.
See, here's my logic on that. Steve has literally access to millions of people right now, but he thinks the side hustle is going to be where he makes it.
Hey,
I don't understand the logic, Steve.
the side hustle what I'm doing right now is going to help me,
Do the side
catapult
hustle.
that. Yeah,
That's the deal,
it is. It's total investment in myself.
Brand building.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I believe in it.
I'm basically building this studio in my garage,
You are.
identical to this.
You are.
Different colors, different words.
We're going to be bringing in a new whiskey in here, so you can use those. The Oak and Eden, God bless them, they've been a great little staple.
Well, I actually have a whiskey sponsor coming on board.
Whoa.
So,
Okay, well then we'll drink the Eden and Oak and Eden.
yeah, we could just drink that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I always say Eden and Oak, and I shouldn't. Oak and Eden. It's really a good whiskey. But it looks like we got another one coming. We'll announce that later on. But yeah, tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Texas time, we're going to do some live music. And I think every Tuesday night I want to do that. Steve Helms and I will get together. We'll bring in a Texas artist or something like that and see. We'll see. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Let me tell you a story about Kyle and Josh, the happy couple. Kyle and Josh were both losing their hair. No shock since the dreaded male pattern baldness gene ran in their families, but the way they dealt with their hair loss couldn't have been more different. Kyle kept putting off getting a hair loss treatment. He was losing more hair by the day, while Josh went to Keeps to learn how to keep his hair. Keeps offers the generic versions of the only 2 FDA hair loss products, the real deal. The generic versions are going to save you like they saved Josh a fortune. And all it took was a quick online consultation. He answered a few questions and snapped pics of his hair. Then a doctor evaluated everything and recommended the right FDA-approved hair loss treatment for Josh. Then it was shipped discreetly to his door. And Keeps lets you save your hair without leaving your couch. And to get you started, I'm going to get you half off your first order. That's right, half off. Go to keeps.com/loss. That's keeps.com/loss. Go there today. Hello, America. This is Glenn Beck. I want to bring to your attention something here on the marker board. Let's see if we can get this up here, Mark. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it back here like this. Here's what we're going to do. I saw something that inspired me on Dan Crenshaw's. That got it? There we go. I saw it on Dan Crenshaw's Instagram, and he was talking about, I don't know where he got it from because Dan's not that original. He was talking about the things that have gained importance in 2020 so far. Like, what has become important? We were just talking about one of them. What's become important to you during this COVID quarantine nightmare of 2020?
Netflix,
right? So we could say Netflix or streaming services, right?
Okay.
So we could say that. Can anybody see that? It says stream up there. No. Just pretend I'm Glenn Beck. What else has become important? The internet, social media, right? Let's say the interwebs, internet. Steve, you got anything?
Nope.
My
Nothing?
bike.
Nothing. I can't think of anything that's
become important to you?
No, it's about the same.
Toilet paper?
Wine.
Toilet paper? So booze. Let's say
I'd
booze.
say booze.
All right. Booze is one.
Not toilet paper. I still got the 2 cases I bought. I ain't even broke into them yet.
Exactly. So let's say TP, toilet paper, right? That's on there. It's got a glare on it, but you could. I'm going to make a point here. It doesn't matter if you can see this or not. I'm going to make a point. What else has become important?
My bike.
Let's name another one. All right. So
working out.
You're working out. Your exercise. Let's say exercise.
Okay.
Right there. And what else? Anything else?
Friends. You find out real quick the people who purposely maintain contact with you.
All right.
I mean, I would say friends because all of a sudden, a lot of
because you're socially
fell off.
distanced.
Yeah.
Right.
Lubrication.
Let's see what Dan's got on his. See if there's anything. See how y'all's match with his. I can't see. Let's see how y'all's match with his. So Dan has coffee, car, internet, shaving, alcohol, toilet paper, and sweatpants.
I don't know why car's on there. You're not driving anywhere. You can't
Exactly.
go anywhere.
He's talking about relative importance.
Oh.
So if you were talking about your car, let's throw car in here. That one's worse than that one. Why do we have colors, Candace? Colors. I got the red back. So let's say we put car in here. See, this would be the spectrum of car, right? Your car, which has always been important, would start up here, but it's come down here. It's not important anymore. See?
Oh, I saw one of those graphs.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's on.
So that's your deal. It would drop way down. Your friends, maybe that's gone up a little ways, But let's say it's kind of plateaued off because you have to social distance. You only have so many friends.
Yeah.
But now booze, it came out here and it went skyrocketing. Like it went straight up. It's all the way up to the top. Pow. The internet, that stayed steady, right? Because we're all addicted little fiends to the internet. Mm-hmm. Your streaming internet service, which was here, it's gone up as well. Toilet paper, this is fascinating when you think about toilet paper. Toilet paper went up, it plateaued, and now it's gone down because nobody's wiping their ass anymore. See what I'm saying? So exercise, I would say exercise has dropped in importance. You're probably an anomaly, Natalie. Natalie the anomaly. So you see what I'm saying? You have to look at these things. It's interesting how, like, used to be if you were a gym rat, not anymore. I mean, I've gained 12 pounds now. Seriously, I've gained 12 pounds. I went to the doctor the other day. Yes, I went to the doctor. They gave me a testosterone shot because
And now you're horned.
I want to stay horned. But, and I know there are going to be people who say, oh my God, don't get those things. Shut up. You live your life, I'm going to live mine. We're socially distanced, which means your opinions can stay to yourself too. But here's the thing. It's gone. Don't worry about it. So, what were we talking about?
Dropped. Exercise dropped. You just went to the
Exercise
doctor.
dropped, gained 12 pounds.
You gained 12 pounds.
So the thing about it is, I think what happened when all this stuff, we started going stockpiling the food that we might need in case of the apocalypse. We bought all this crap. And now we're like, we got to eat it. Midnight, it was 1 a.m. last night. We got up, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
So good.
I got my fat ass up out the bed and went and had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Lay's barbecue potato chips.
Yes.
Y'all want one now, don't you?
I do.
Did you put a chip in the sandwich? And
No, but I like to. I have a little combination. I like
Yeah.
a little
What's your
crunch.
fave
I do
jam?
too.
What's your favorite
It's just grape jelly.
Okay, I'm
Like
strawberry.
some Smuckers.
Smuckers.
Some Smuckers.
I'm
Well,
a
the name
blackberry
like
jam.
Smuckers.
So, I mean,
Jam over
now
jelly.
the shortage is not toilet paper. The shortage now, any guesses? You know what the shortage is at the grocery store? Any guesses? What? You know?
Flour.
Frozen pizzas.
Oh.
That's the thing that's coming out. I, being the prophetic, intuitive, forethought person that I am, I basically have the Red Baron's body frozen in my freezer in the garage. That's how many pizzas I have.
Brilliant.
I've eaten
Frozen
2 frozen
pizzas.
pizzas in the last 30 years, and I think both of them were at your house.
Exactly.
'Cause
I eat them, buddy.
We
believe in them.
we make our own homemade pizza and homemade crust.
Here we go.
With our flour that we bought up from the.
Here we go. Here we go.
We don't live out of a box.
Sounds like you need to step up your side hustle if you got all that time.
No, I got plenty of time.
We Red Baron's good enough for us over at the Prather household. I'll just tell you that. We got them, buddy. I got frozen fish sticks. I got.
We had catfish from China.
Yeah, we got you. Y'all had catfish from China. John Rich sent me a little care package the other day with Redneck Riviera whiskey in it and his beef jerky and some swag in there.
You talking about side hustle?
That
Dude's got 30 side hustles.
Yeah, he got a bunch of them. Got to have side hustles. I got
Love
side
it.
hustles.
That's inspiring to me. I can just boom, boom, boom.
Anyway, so that's the thing. Anyway, the hat that was in it was made in China. I've been wearing that, and then I start thinking about it. I'm like, damn it. I knew it was just a matter of time before my marker board fell over. Glenn Beck. Anyway, but talking about getting testosterone shots, testicles. Let's talk about testicles.
Okay.
They're in the headlines. Who knew? Testicles. Apparently, some research is showing that your testicles may make you more vulnerable to coronavirus. There you go. Steve, would you call yourself more prone to coronavirus?
Bigger the testicles, the more likely.
Like, if we were going to draw your chart.
I'm really not sure. I haven't looked at anyone else's testicles to compare them to. So
Yes, you
That,
have.
my
That's
friend,
a lie.
is not true.
That is a lie.
Steve has seen plenty of testicles in his life.
Yeah.
No, but it says if you got them, you could have a longer, more severe case of the illness.
well, so these transgenders that have had theirs chopped off, probably won't get them.
Maybe not.
Probably
Probably
won't get
not. I mean, it's not producing. So the protein known as angiotensin, converting enzyme 2 or ACE2, is present in the lungs, the gastrointestinal tract, and the heart, in addition to large quantities in the testicles. But since the testicles are walled off from the immune system, the virus could harbor there for longer periods than the rest of the body. So there you go. They did this.
That's just nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got jokes.
It really is, man.
And Lance Armstrong is just half as vulnerable.
Half as vulnerable. I mean, who knew that Corona was carried in a sack?
What about that Jenner, Bruce Jenner?
He still has his.
Yeah.
Caitlyn still has balls. Anyway, and we can't laugh at these things, folks. COVID-19 is the most horrendous plague that's ever hit planet Earth. Remember, folks, you wouldn't be laughing if one of your loved ones. Okay, well, I have loved ones that have died from something else since this has been going on. How about that?
Well, you have people that you love who have gotten coronavirus.
And they've gotten coronavirus, and I mean, we've got friends who have died from it, okay?
Yeah.
But it's like, don't you dare have any sense of humor right now.
Right.
In the age of coronavirus. I am so sick of thin-skinned, mamby-pamby, wussified. I don't understand the liberals either, because here was the mindset. We only had 12 years to live anyway.
Right.
China decided to speed up the process. And suddenly, like, people are losing their freaking minds. Oh, my God, people are dying from this. Hell, you only had 12 years to go because of climate change anyway. So what's it going to be? I have never in my life seen such a snowflake world, a snowflake generation of people who just absolutely lose their freaking minds over the idea of dying. You're going to. I've said this. I said it last week. You're going to. As much as you don't like it, nobody gets out alive. That's a fact. We're all terminal. So this whole, how you can't say anything about that. Oh, my sweet Lord. But yet, you will watch shows on Netflix of people getting murdered and killed and shot and run over and stabbed and their heads getting exploded. There was some show the other day. They put a person in the microwave, and I mean, it was a baby. They put it in. I'm like, y'all watch this crap. Y'all are watching this crap. And then you go on to watch the news and be like, oh my God, how dare you talk about people are dying. Oh, shut up. Shut up, you bunch of hypocrites. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but that's make-believe. Okay.
Probably inspired by a true event.
Do you see my point? People are dying. I mean, yesterday there was a shooting in Nova Scotia, and God forbid. I mean, I'm not going to politicize that thing, although I could make it that. I don't want to do that. Thoughts and prayers to those folks. I mean, I was a horrible situation. People die from other things too. They do. So it's okay to joke about it, folks. That's all I'm going to say. That's probably not all I'm going to say.
No, I hope not.
No, it'd be a boring show.
These people need to grow a pair, but now they're not going to because the coronavirus is more likely to get it. So now they're not going to grow a pair. Yeah.
You know what? Now, if I say you got a lot of cojones coming in here like that, you're going to be like, don't you say that. Don't you put that evil on me, Chad Prather. Don't you put that evil on me. People in New York. Oh, wow. There are frozen refrigerator trucks outside. Oh.
Because they won't let us have funerals.
No, they put them, I mean, good God, folks. 0.07% of the population are dying.
Now, that being said, that nursing home, they were stacking their own bodies up in their own fridge. That was pretty sad.
Sounds like a Red Baron out in my garage. It's true. It's true. Tastes like pepperoni. I just tell you, people are so mad at me though, and it's just like, okay, well, all you're doing is exacerbate, like you're rubbing the wound here, and all it does is fuel me up to just be like, okay, stop, just stop, quit being so sensitive to things. And look, Trump came out in the press conference. I don't know, was it Saturday or Sunday? It was yesterday or Saturday? I don't know. And he was just talking about. He's like, this is a bad death. I'll give you that. I will give you that. I mean, there's no question about it. It's horrible. I wish no one, he's like, the social distancing thing has worked because now we're looking at maybe 60,000 deaths. The lowest number projected was going to be 100,000. And, but had we not done this, it could have been hundreds of thousands. I'm paraphrasing. So, is social distancing working? I don't know. We'll find out. I have my opinions on that. But it's going to be hard for people to run a business. I can tell you that. Especially if I was talking to restaurant owners this past week, and they said, well, they're probably going to space our tables out and take our capacity out. Running a business is already hard. But you know what? When you're running a business, HR issues can kill you too. Wrongful termination suits, minimum wage requirements, labor regulations, and HR manager salaries, they aren't cheap. An average of $70,000 a year. That's what it's going to cost you. Bambee, spelled B-A-M-B-E-E, was created specifically for small businesses. You can get a dedicated HR manager, craft HR policy, and maintain your compliance, all for just $99 a month. With Bambee, you can change HR from your biggest liability to your biggest strength. Your dedicated HR manager is available by phone, email, or real-time chat. From onboarding to terminations, they customize your policies to fit your business and help you manage your employees day to day. All for just $99 a month. Month to month, no hidden fees, cancel anytime. You didn't start your business because you wanted to spend time on HR compliance, so let Bambee help. Get your free HR audit today. Go to Bambee.com/Chad right now. Schedule your free HR audit. BAMBEE.com/Chad. Bambee.com/Chad. Go today. So y'all paying attention to this whole PPP thing, with the small business, they're giving the money, Shake Shack, they said, no, we're giving our $10 million loan or investment back because there was a pretty fascinating article that the CEO and the director of Shake Shack put out where they said, it doesn't make sense for us to receive this. And it's on Twitter. People should go read it. It's a big deal. But I don't know, man. You know what ticks me off, Natalie?
What?
Is nobody wants to help the average person. It's all about compassion. Like, for instance, the banks. The banks have billions and billions and billions of dollars. They receive it, right? They have to keep loaning money to each other. They make however many trillions of dollars available each night. They'll loan it to one bank to make sure that they've got cash reserves overnight, and then they pay it back. And it's
overdraft fees.
It's this crazy deal.
$30 overdraft fee.
That's a bunch of them that add up. But so you have these mortgagers and these lenders and these banks, and they say they're going to furlough people's mortgage for 3 months. Well, what the hell good does that do? People can't work. Because now at the end of 3 months, now you got to pay the month that's due, and you got to pay the past 3 months. That doesn't make any sense. If you can handle the language, folks need to follow Vic DiBitetto. He's got a great little commentary, comedian, Vic, V-I-C, talking about that. He said, put it on the end of the mortgage. You're still going to get your money, but people are so greedy, right? They pretend defer it to the end of the mortgage. You're still going to get your money. Tack 3 more months onto the end of the mortgage.
Yeah.
So, but he's right. I mean, folks are so greedy. They are so freaking greedy. And these banks, they're broke, and we're supposed to bail them out, right? They get all this money, and they're not smart enough to put some money back. And then they want to bitch at us that we didn't put enough money back to be able to put ourselves through 6 weeks to 12 weeks of garbage like this. And the banks, they can't even save $1 billion and put it back one time. No, they just keep going through it. It's a sick, crazy deal. And I don't want to go into the economy of the whole thing, but it's just because it gets boring. But geez, man. But I'll tell you one thing the coronavirus is shutting down is the global drug trade. I'll tell you this. I talked to my buddy Chad Prather the other day. He's Border Patrol agent down out of Tucson, south of Tucson, Arizona, and he said it is deader than a doornail down there. He said ain't nobody. He said the other day I talked to him, he said 0 people. We sent 0 people to the deal, to the prison thing or the detainment thing or to court. He said we didn't send a single person to court today. So he's like, it ain't happening. People ain't moving. So
we figured out a way to not have our borders crossed.
I guess so, man. I guess so. I had a guy who came at me, Mark, the other day. He said, you're absolutely racist for calling it a China virus. China. It's from China. And I'm like, how is it racist? He said, not one person can prove that it came from China. I said, I'm one person and I can prove it. And he said, do it. And I said, prove to me that it's racist. Have you ever filled out a form like at the doctor's office or anything, Steve, where it's like asking you, or on a gun application, a background check application, and it asks you your race?
Yes.
Well, it says Hispanic or not Hispanic, so you're that. And if it's gonna ask, you're that. You're one or the other. Nobody in here is Hispanic. Candace just walked out. Well, I don't know what she is. Queen of the Ethiopians could be a lot of things. I did notice that they took her off the Land O'Lakes butter package.
I heard.
Which makes me really not like Land O'Lakes.
That might be why
now.
she just left.
We'll talk about that some more. Yeah, they took her off the package. We took her out of Studio 22.
She's gone.
I like my butter with Native American breasts. I like my engines with engines. Motorboats. I like my motorboats to have engines. Oh, boy, I got to stop right now, Natalie. I got to stop. That's where my brain goes. It gets me in trouble. I don't care, but that's where it goes. What are we talking about?
Oh, you got people fired up.
Yeah. Oh, so anyway, this I said, there's no box that you check for your race that says Chinese. There's one that says Asian. Mm-hmm. There's none that says Chinese. That is a nationality. It's not a race. To say it's from China is not a racial issue. It's a nationality. And it's not about the Chinese people. God bless the Chinese people. I, honest to God, wish that there was a way we could liberate the Chinese people. You want to talk about human rights suffering and violations and just the absolute oppression of 1.4 billion people on this planet from a communist regime and a dictator like Xi Jinping. The Chinese people. I feel sorry for them. I do. But the Chinese communist government is horrendous. That ain't racist. That's just honest.
I mean, it's slave labor that they're creating things like these phones and stuff like that. They're,
I had a friend of mine who is an American citizen now. She immigrated from China, and even in discussion, she says, I won't say anything about the Chinese government. I'm like, you're an American citizen. You can say anything you want. Nope, can't do it. Because I guarantee you, and most of you can attest to this, if you're of Chinese descent, let's say you live there, have family there, just about every one of you knows somebody who's died because of it, because of that government. It's an oppressive regime. It's an oppressive regime. And you want to sit there and call us racist when the Chinese government put signs up in businesses like McDonald's that said black people can't come in here because they're more conducive. They're blaming it on black people. They're blaming the coronavirus on black people. They're putting Muslims in internment camps in prison because they're Muslim.
Were they blaming, or were they just saying that black people were more susceptible to getting the virus?
They were both. They were blaming. They were saying that they're larger carriers of it.
Okay.
So, I mean, the way that they're lying to their own people right now is, but they always have.
You and I named 20 other viruses that had the origin
Spanish
in the name
flu.
of the virus. Spanish flu,
it was all these
Rocky
Mountain
fever.
I mean, Zika virus, Ebola, all of them. So,
right.
Anyway, it's funny how people come at you.
And you're not racist.
I mean, no, I don't think.
You're not.
I don't think I am. I mean, at this stage in the game, I don't even know how you define a racist. Apparently, it's everything. It's everything right now, Steve.
Yep. That's why I just keep my mouth shut, because most things I say
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Taken as racist.
He does not keep his mouth shut.
Somebody was watching our new song, the video for our song Quarantine Life, and we've had so many media outlets who have turned down putting it out there, like TMZ wouldn't air it and stuff. There was different places that didn't want it. Not because of the content of the song or the video, but because we're conservatives, right? And the song's not political at all. It's just about being in quarantine and having sex and making babies. Mm-hmm. Hoorah! Mm-hmm. But somebody said, you guys are very racist in this song. And I'm like, how are we racist in the song? I mean, I was really racking my brain. What in this song? And it's because we called ourselves big rednecks.
Well, the term redneck outside of, the South is considered a racist.
I've heard that.
Somebody that's racist. I called myself, I was up in, I believe we were in Michigan or something, and talking to some new friends, and I said, I'm just good old redneck, and their eyes got real big, and they were like, and I'm like, what do you? And it says, you're racist? I'm like, no.
It's really funny, the colloquialisms that are interpreted different ways in different regions of the country, and
I thought
even
it was because
around
y'all
the
had
world.
Sean outside the house and
Yes,
wouldn't let
we
him
wouldn't
in.
let Sean in the house.
Everybody knows Pekin' Tom.
There's the racism right there.
Yeah. Apparently, peeping Tom.
He's
That's a racial
peeping
term.
Tom.
Yeah. Now we know what a peeping Tom looks like. It's a black dude with a big afro, and he wears his pants sagging, and some Vans on his feet that he probably stole from some kid.
Although I think he ended up in bed with you.
He wound up in bed with us.
That's all right.
I mean, everybody should have
Headphones in, too.
everyone should have a black man in bed with them. Makes for interesting. Anyway, that's the deal. I don't know, rednecks. I'm just so tired of it. That's why I say I don't even know if I can define it anymore. I want to get into some stuff. Let's go to one more story before we got to go to a break. Everybody I think has seen that video now of the front end loader or the bobcat that's pushing the dirt into the skate park? That is and how many people are defending that? Have you read any of the comments, Candace, of people who are just defending it? Like, well, these kids are going to get close together and they're going to, oh my Lord, have mercy. So you'd rather have them shut up in the house, all close together?
Well, if
rather
you have
than
a problem with it, keep your kid at home.
Yeah, exactly. Keep your kid at home.
Don't let grandma go to the skate park.
I mean, it's Southern California, so in my opinion, they're just building a big old litter box, so now they don't have to shit on the streets. They can just go right there in the hole and just take a crap and cover that up like a cat in a litter box. I mean, that's what they're doing, basically. You know what I want to see so bad? What I want to see so bad, I would pay good money for this to happen, is all of a sudden a bunch of BMX kids come out there and just start turning it into a bike park. And now it's like, you can't stop us. We're still going to go out there and play. But when I look at all of these public parks, we have a park in our neighborhood. It's shut down. They've taken the swings off the deal. Can't get out there for that. A lot of places have taken basketball goals down. There are other places have put coverings or they've hindered the basketball goals. So even if you shoot, nothing's going to go through the hoop, right? I'm watching this stuff and I'm like, this is tyranny.
Yeah.
That's tyranny.
It's way overboard.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Oh, but what if one of your children... Look, I got 5 of them, so we'll see. All right?
Right.
I mean, God forbid anybody gets... But Jade told me the other day, and she was talking about... And I won't go into the numbers because I don't know what legally I'm allowed to say on her behalf because of the things that she does as a nurse practitioner. But the Children's Hospital cooks here, they've tested, I don't know, like 160 some odd kids. One kid tested positive, and that kid came from Israel or someplace like that. He's not from America. Anyway, being stuck at home sucks. And these days, we're all stuck at home, and you probably don't think much about the internet privacy that you need to be thinking about on your home network. Fire up incognito mode on your browser, and no one can see what you're doing, right? Wrong. Even in incognito mode, your online activity can still be traced, even if you clear your browser history. Your internet service provider can still see every single website you've ever visited. That's why even when I'm at home, I never go online without using ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN makes sure your internet service provider can't see what sites you visit. Instead, your internet connection is rerouted through ExpressVPN's secure servers. Each ExpressVPN server has an IP address that's shared among thousands of users. It means everything you do is anonymized, and it can't be traced back to you. ExpressVPN also encrypts 100% of your data with best-in-class encryption, so your information is always protected. So use the internet with confidence from your computer, tablet, or your smartphone. ExpressVPN has you covered on every single device. Simply tap one button, you're protected. ExpressVPN is the fastest, the most trusted VPN on the market, rated #1 by CNET, Wired, The Verge, and countless more. So protect your online activity today with the VPN that I trust to secure my privacy. Visit the special link. It's all mine. ExpressVPN.com/WatchChat. Get an extra 3 months free with a 1-year package. That's EXPRESSVPN.com/WatchChat. ExpressVPN.com/WatchChat. Go today. You know, we were just talking about ExpressVPN. I really do. I love ExpressVPN. Yeah, I mean, have you ever been talking about something and then all of a sudden an ad for it shows up? That's freaky, right?
Yes.
Or you go looking for something on the internet, now you're just getting inundated with ads and stuff. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about with ExpressVPN. Guys like that. And see, now Now they're starting to do things like Apple and Google are teaming up to create coronavirus tracking software. So it'll alert users if they come into direct contact with someone who has coronavirus. That's a bad issue right there.
Ugh.
Guys, I'm on your side. Everybody listening to this show, I'm on your side. I have compassion for anyone who's sick. I don't care what you're sick with. I have compassion. But stop giving up your rights and freedoms because of your fear. Stop it. The government does not have your best interest at heart. Silicon Valley is not on your side. And I promise you, the issue is never the issue.
You should just do it the old-fashioned way. Put a scarlet C on your forehead. You have to wear that around if you've had corona.
Just burn them at the stake, man. But anyway, this such phone tracking was used by China. That right there is all you need to know. That's all you need to know. So that's the deal.
That's scary.
I don't need to know who's going to walk. I'm not going to walk around wondering who's got the flu in the grocery store. I wonder who has AIDS in here.
I do have a lot of single guy friends who do wish that they could see who had herpes.
Okay, do you see? Yeah, like who's got herpes?
Like the scarlet H on their swimsuit out at Devil's Cove.
Is that a zit?
Show me your condylomas.
What's on your lip? Is that a zit? Can you pop that? Is that herpetic? Did you see where Dr. Fauci, though, 79 years old, Dr. Fauci, comes out and says, if you just got to get after it, if you're feeling frisky, best place to do is get on Tinder. If you're asymptomatic, find other people that are asymptomatic and let's get it on.
Oh.
Like you go on there and identify people. That doesn't make any sense. Fauci's a tool bag. I don't trust that dude for anything. For anything. Tell you what, they were these protests all around the world, but around this country. Did you see? I mean, they've been protesting. They shut down. They put Michigan in gridlock. Mm-hmm. The Capitol there in Lansing. I know people who were at the Boise Capitol protest. People in Washington were getting after it. I mean, Washington State of all places.
The funny thing is now the people that are protesting are all the ones that used to have jobs that don't have jobs. Before it was the ones that
didn't have jobs
didn't
anyway.
have jobs did the protesting.
Yeah.
So now it's
But they literally have time now.
Yeah,
the other people need to get jobs.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of
like
getting at.
they literally have time now. So
Yeah,
why not?
that's
Let's
nuts,
try
man.
this protesting stuff.
But you got Facebook. Facebook's doing the same thing. Facebook's building a coronavirus heat map by asking users about their symptoms.
Oh.
So it's asking about their health and where they are, and yeah.
Social media is fake anyway, so you're gonna add on top of that. People are gonna say whatever they want on there, whether they have it or don't have it.
Man. Oh, they're after us. The world's changed. This country, I'm sorry. Like that.
Agreed.
Like that. It's changed. Put people in a state of fear, and you got them.
This time next year, we won't even remember
I don't agree with you. I hope you're right.
We have a short memory.
I hope you are right.
But
this is a different type of. This ain't our generation, Steve. Yeah. This group of snowflakes that are existing today, I don't know where they came from, man. We raised a bunch of coddled toddlers who have never known anything in their life, and they are living in complete and utter fear right now. And they're like, how dare you even talk about this thing? I'm so tired of it. The fear-mongering is disgusting. And you know what? Maybe we all get it at some point in time. But you can't tell me that I am going to terminate my life prematurely right now by stopping living. I'm not going to stop living out of fear of something could happen. That's right. I don't find people's death the least bit funny, but I'm not going to turn over my rights to Facebook or Google or Amazon or China or the drones that are out there watching. They got drones. Greek Orthodox Church. Greece is monitoring Orthodox Easter worshipers with drones. That's what they're doing to make sure that they stay separated. Which Greek Easter or Orthodox Easter is a week after our Easter, right? So that just happened. This was yesterday. And so that's what they do is they're watching people with the drones. You can't tell me that that's right. Don't bring that crap here. They got places where they're monitoring people's backyards to see if they're gathering together here in the United States with drones. I will shoot that shit out of the sky with a shotgun, and you can take me to jail. Take me to jail. I will shoot it like skeet out of the sky. You do not come in my backyard with any form of invasion of privacy. I don't give a shit, Mom. That's right.
We just gather in the front yard.
Yeah.
We're out here where all God's people can see us.
We keep it under 7, 8.
They're rioting in Paris, man, because they, the word quarantine means 40, basically. Because that's what they did is whenever during the Black Plague, the bubonic plague, when ships were coming into port, they made them stay out in the water for 40 days to make sure nobody was sick on there before they let them come into the port. And that's where we got they quarantined them. So that was a quarantine.
Well, and you and I talked about the significance of 40 biblically. How much 40 day rain for 40 days, 40 nights. There's so many different
there's
references.
a ton of stuff that's out there. And I will say this whole is kind of given, though you climate lovers, this is kind of giving the oceans a break. It's giving the skies a break in some ways. So maybe it's a little rebirth. But, Macron, he said, well, we're going to go to May 11th. And people are protesting in Paris. So it's all around the world. People ain't going to get locked down for too long. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Tell you one more thing when we come back. I love y'all. Hang on. Well, guess what? Just when you thought everybody was going to die from a China virus, now Iran has drones. So now we have Iranian drones. Is that racist? They're Iranian drones. Iran. From Iran. They're Iranian drones. Yeah, they got drones with a 932-mile, let's round it up to 1,000-mile range. They got them 3 months after the U.S. killed General Soleimani. You remember that? Remember that? There's things that we've forgotten in the news, like Burisma. Remember Burisma? Where is Hunter Biden? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller? Do you remember Ilhan Omar and how she had broken the law and immigration stuff, and she got remarried and had funded all of that stuff to her boyfriend at the time, hundreds of thousands of dollars of campaign finance fraud. And remember all those things that were going on, and now just nothing? Anyone? Nothing? Bueller?
We forget fast.
One big distraction.
We forget fast. But now we're worried about a virus that's numerically and statistically not killing people. And some it is. Some it's not. Terrible death. I'm talking like Trump now. But they can shoot you down now. They can shoot you from 45,000 feet in the air. Iran. And from Iran to butter. Land O'Lakes has now ended. I didn't know that bitch had a name. Mia was her name. Mia.
I love that name.
Runs with butter. That was her Indian name.
Mia rhymes with butter?
No, it runs with butter.
Runs with butter.
That was her name. Fights with butter. That was it. Fights with butter.
Mia means fights with butter?
Well, it does now. That's her Indian name. They Americanized her name. They just called her Mia, which is not a very Native American name, if you ask me. She'd been there since 1928. She was kind of a boxy lady there for the longest time. Then they kind of sexed her up.
Yeah.
And that was the big deal. Sexism and racism, that was the deal. Who knew butter could be so racist? So, I just like to make fun of it. It's that stereotypical imagery. It'll get you every time.
Why'd they take her off?
Sexism and racism.
Because she was
offended.
boobalicious?
Well, she wasn't bad looking. And then in Harlem, this dude had a 425-pound tiger living in his apartment. So, just when you thought COVID was bad in New York, you got apex predators coming for you, too. Go to watchchat.com, go to partyfoundation.com, subscribe to the YouTube channels, do all the good stuff. All the fun's at watchchat.com. I think you can do that. Tell your friends about the show. We love y'all. God bless you. Talk to you next time. Bye.